life, the bright lights, the type the crowd likes. Where you at, ballers? Ladies love me and men, they wanna be me, they pay to come see me. Where you at, ballers?
Spurs at Magic, 7 o'clock, Orlando, Florida. Another official NBA shot clock on this Thursday. We're taking the Magic at home, minus 10.5, 1 unit. Orlando comes into tonight's game, 5-1 ATS last 6, showing signs of upward momentum, back to the team we knew in the fall, who was very, very excellent in their home gym. They're also coming off of a blowout divisional loss to close that road trip at Miami, 121-95. A great buy low for a team that will bounce back at home. And they are finding tonight's opponent, the Spurs, in a brutal back-to-back road spot, having competed to the buzzer last night in Miami. The Spurs are 2-6 ATS on the second leg of a back-to-back, and the Spurs did take a non-cover loss against Orlando going back a week and a half, 108-98. In that game, Orlando was -6 on the road. This is a heavy -11 number at home, suggesting a margin victory and an upward movement point for the Magic. Take it tonight, and let's cash this ticket.
Nuggets at Lakers. Junior Browne back with NBA Shot Clock on this Thursday, February 8th with another free pick, and we're rocking with the Nuggets money line as part of a two-team money line parlay. Now, for those of you that want to take the Nuggets on the spread, it's at -3.5 right now. I do like that play as well. This is not a good spot for the Lakers, who have Anthony Davis questionable with an Achilles issue, LeBron James questionable with an ankle issue. The Nuggets have been off since Sunday. They start a 3-game road trip, and it's going to be a tough one because it's three games in 4 nights, starting with this Lakers game, which is by far the easiest of the road trip. So give me the Nuggets in a spot where they're well rested, everyone's healthy. I know Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is listed as questionable, but that's not enough to move the needle for a team that's well balanced, the defending champs, against a Lakers team that's up and down. They have no continuity, no chemistry. They're not where they want to be, and this is not a spot for them. Let's go Nuggets, money line as part of a 2-team parlay. Let's cash these tickets, y'all.
Mavericks at Knicks, 7:30, Madison Square Garden, taking the Knicks as a top lean in this game at +2. A lot to discuss here. This game is very dependent on whether or not Jalen Brunson will play tonight. He did take a pretty gruesome looking ankle injury in a previous non-cover against Memphis, but I truly think when it comes down to it, if he doesn't play, you will get what is called the star removal theory, where the backups play better and they play with more flow and a different style of ball that confuses the opponent to a point of covering the spread. And go back to a game played earlier this year with the Knicks at Dallas. The same dynamic applied. Luka Doncic did not play, and the Mavericks' second group came out with 44 points in the first quarter and won outright as a 4.5-point underdog. This is a tough game to handicap. It is NBA Shot Clock. We bring you analysis on every single game. Pay attention to the status of Jalen Brunson, and please bet responsibly. We love you guys. Let's dominate this card. The beginning is right now, and let's go.
Bulls at Grizzlies. Junior Browne back with the second half of my money line parlay for NBA Shot Clock on this Thursday, February 8th. We're rocking with the Bulls money line. This is a play that's really a complete fade of the Grizzlies, who at this point, with the amount of injuries that they have going on, Jaren Jackson Jr. has been added to the injury problems. They're basically now playing guys that are not NBA level players. And with the way Chicago's playing lately, they're beating teams that they are better than, because they're not as good as people are making out to be. They're just better than they were. They're 5-5 in the last 10, but they're a team that plays hard every night. Kobe White is cooking. Most of their guys really are cooking at this point, and the makeup of this Bulls team, this Grizzlies team is going to have a hard time scoring points and a hard time stopping the Bulls guards. Give me Chicago on the money line, parlayed with the Denver Nuggets, and of course, depending on where you shop, that pays approximately +130. Let's go ahead and cash this ticket, y'all.
Cavaliers at Nets, NBA shot clock, a top lean on the total, over 223. We're going to get straight to business on this one. This is the third time these teams have played this year. The last one they played was in Paris, and there were not very many points. In that particular game, Cleveland did win 111-102 with a flurry of points in the second half off a highly lackluster start in a foreign land. And that number on that given evening was 224.5. Now off that dud, very circumstantial to where the game was played. This comes up to 226.5 points, and you're finding a Brooklyn team in a double revenge game that will shoot the ball with high quality tonight against Cleveland in a back-to-back spot. Rest advantage on Brooklyn, top performance coming, and Cleveland will match that pace and intensity. Buy this one tonight as the top lean in this game. Cleveland at Brooklyn, over 223.
Minnesota at Milwaukee. Junior Browne back with another free pick for NBA shot clock. We're rocking with the under 228.5 in this game. I'm always leaning under when it comes to anything involving Minnesota with their constant offensive struggles. On top of their elite defense, this Milwaukee team has taken a step back offensively since Doc has come over. I don't really think it has anything to do with Doc. I think it has more so to do with the fact that their guards just can't make shots. Dame Lillard is only shooting 41% in his last 10 games, really struggling by his standards. Malik Beasley is shooting the same 41%, and all he does is shoot. He's not there to do anything else. And Cameron Payne has been a disaster. So they're not getting the production that they need from their backcourt to maintain that high level of offensive efficiency, which they were showing to start the season. They're still way up there. I'm just talking about the last 10 games. Now, Minnesota, I believe, is going to come here. They're going to come to compete, which is what this line is telling you. Milwaukee being less than 3-point favorites at home tells its own story. I believe the last time I checked, they're -1. But we're rocking with the under in a game that I think is going to have playoff-like intensity. Milwaukee's backcourt is really going to struggle here. I do have a lean towards Anthony Edwards' player props. I think he's going to eat. Give me the under 228.5, though. And let's cash this ticket, y'all.
Warriors at Pacers, NBA shot clock, Thursday, February 8th, best bet of the day. Pacers -5.5, 1 unit. Golden State is hot right now. Since the passing of assistant coach Dejan Milojevic, they are 6-2 ATS. And they are hot on the road right now in the back end of a 5-game Eastern trip off back-to-back impressive covers at Brooklyn and at Philadelphia, finding themselves in the ultimate fatigue spot, 3rd in 4, road, back-to-back. They are 0-3 ATS in their last 3 in this fatigue position. And we are finding Indiana where they function absolutely great. Indiana is coming off of a non-cover at home against Houston. And Indiana is 5-0 ATS, staying at home off a previous non-cover in their home gym. Indiana is 2-5 last 7 ATS at home, a bye element, and a bye element going back to last year, where a far worse Indiana roster did beat and cover Golden State twice. Once in the Bay Area and once in Indianapolis, and the books agree with this analysis. This is the first time the Pacers have been favored over the Warriors in years. This is suggesting a margin win. All numbers and narratives, take the Pacers tonight. NBA shot clock, best bet of the day, Pacers -5.5, 1 unit.
Blazers at Pistons. Junior Browne back with NBA shot clock with another free pick, and we're rocking with the Pistons +6. The Blazers are not 6 points better than any team in this league, so let's just start with that. If you're laying 6 points with the Blazers, you obviously know something I don't. Please holler at me at Twitter. Share that information. I be giving out free picks every day. Holler at your boy with whatever you know. But all jokes aside, this Pistons team is not the same team that started off this season. It took them 39 games to win 3. They've won 3 of their last 10. And Portland ain't been that much better. Portland has won 4 of their last 10. So these teams are much closer to even than not. I know Bojan Bogdanovic and Cade Cunningham did not play last night. I don't think they're hurt. I think they got some rest. If they play tonight, they've been off since Sunday. Two guys that actually needed rest with Cade just coming back from an injury. Give me the Pistons, the much better team, at a number that just makes absolutely no sense to me. And let's go ahead and cash this ticket, y'all.
Jazz at Suns. Big time Western Conference ball. 9 o'clock Footprint Center. Another official NBA shot clock. Taking the Jazz at +7, 1 unit. Phoenix comes into tonight's game off a very impressive home win and cover against Milwaukee on Tuesday night. Phoenix is 1-3 at home, staying at home off a previous cover in their own gym. And I think Utah is showcasing sustained upward movement on the road. After starting 1-10-1 ATS on the road, they are 10-6 since, and they are improving with sustained momentum. Speaking of improving, Utah has lost 5 straight ball games to the Suns dating back 3 seasons, and they have lost 2 within this calendar year back in Utah. Go back to November 17th and November 19th. Phoenix got Utah on the road, not by much. 131-128 and 140-137 in double overtime. Utah is closing the gap. This line is short. Utah will compete to a spot under this +7 margin. Buy this one tonight, 9 o'clock in Arizona. Utah Jazz +7, 1 unit.